All right, this is the War Frog here, and I am with my good friend Marty Bern,
Mm,
and we are at the Rapid Hills at the Sturgis Rally
we
while
sure
that's
are.
going on, and it's a Friday night, and we went just for a great ride, uh, and we just got back a little bit ago, so we're a little tired. We're going to make this a quick one if we can. Marty, I've known her for quite a while. Back in my fighting days, she would come to watch the fights,
Yep,
and
enjoyed those.
what's that?
We enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, me getting beat up is a fun thing to watch, right? And we decided we do a real quick interview. Marty is a motorcycle enthusiast. She has a beautiful Can-Am, which I will put on here as a picture of it. What year is your Can-Am?
2014.
All right, so let's get started right away. Now, tell me a little bit about yourself. Uh, where you grew up, and how much you admired my fighting style, of course, and then um, let's go into like how you got started on motorcycles and stuff.
Okay, well, I grew up a Navy brat.
A
And
Navy brat,
I
yeah.
did. So I moved around quite a bit. We never really stayed in one spot longer than 3 years. We ended up in Coos Bay, Oregon, and that's where I pretty much was raised. Met my late husband and had two of my youngest or oldest, excuse me, children were born there.
In Oregon.
Yep.
How old are they now?
33. I think. I think in his name is Brady, and then Genevieve is 31, and then my youngest is 26, Abigail.
You're not old enough to have kids that old.
Started young.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had Brady when I was 19.
And then we have a mutual friend in Chris. We're
Yeah,
staying on that property right now.
we
And
sure
how'd
are.
you get to know Chris?
Well, my late husband was in medical school. He met Chris's husband, Brad, and we just kicked it off and enjoyed being together and did multiple things together. And we watched each other's kids, and we just been inseparable ever since.
How'd you get into riding motorcycles?
Well, I've always loved to ride bicycles, and I love the freedom of getting somewhere on my own.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, everything, and
You had a bit of a adventuresome soul.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're a tomboy.
kind of a little
Yeah, yeah.
bit, but no, I
Mm-hmm.
after I lost my husband, and the bicycle thing was a therapeutic thing for me, and he had just bought me a scooter maybe 4 months before his accident, and I love that thing. I took it everywhere, and to get groceries, and then the kids ended up learning how to ride it as well, and I got remarried. Didn't really quite like the bicycle or motorcycles at that point,
Yeah.
and went through a divorce. And after the divorce, I met Ron, who I am with now, and he rode a motorcycle. And I loved being on the back of his motorcycle. It was the most elaborate, it was just amazing to be on the back and be able to see everything at 360
There's a
degree.
freedom and
It was,
liberty. Yeah, yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I can do that myself.
Wow, wow.
So I started looking. I thought, you know what?
Well, how old was you when you realized, hey, I want to do this on your own? If you don't mind asking, and me asking or telling your
well,
age.
well, I bought my bike. My divorce was in 2018, and I bought my bike several months after that. And so it was just a thing that um, I just I wanted something independent that I could feel like I can do myself, and
Yeah.
I didn't have to depend on someone else to do it.
Did you try a two-wheel bike or just right away? Hey, you knew a three-wheeler would be the one you needed
I
to go
knew I couldn't do a two wheel.
with. Yeah.
I felt like some nights or some days I wanted to feel like I could be stationary. And
Mm-hmm.
on a two-wheel bike, I just felt like if I was going that fast,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have as much control.
There's a lot of stability with the three-wheeler and the
Right.
and
So I considered possibly getting a Harley trike, but they were so expensive, and I just didn't want
yeah.
to put that much money into something that I had just started learning how to do.
Yeah, that's an issue with Harley, as many of the viewers will probably attest, is the startup bikes are very, very expensive. So that's hitting their marketing right now as they're suffering because of that. But a
Mm-hmm.
Can-Am is a great choice.
It is, and I started looking online and just kind of educating myself what I wanted, and then just in town in Worthington, Minnesota, where we currently live, um, they had a couple bikes that I test drove, and I fell in love with the one
The
that I have
Can-Am,
now.
yeah.
Yep, it's a Can-Am Spider, a 2014 orange, burnt orange color.
Yep, we're going to post a picture of that as well. My dad had a Can-Am, and eventually, when I get to where maybe I can't hold up two wheels, and sometimes I struggle as it is,
Mm-hmm.
we might go through a three-wheeler, and I just love them. I've rode my dad's many times. They got the tour package. There's lots of storage on them.
Yep.
What's your fuel mileage on that?
I average about 26. I mean, I can get like being on in the Black Hills right now,
Yeah.
I'm getting about 31, 32
And
gallons.
you don't ease off. So I was zooming through the corners to riding around today. I just cruised around with the speed limit, knowing that's a lot of people like to cruise at. I asked her if I went too fast. She goes, "No, I go faster." I'm like, well, I pull on the throttle a little bit, and she's right behind me. So that's awesome. Not a whole lot of experience yet. You've developed some. I mean, how many miles do you think you put in a year?
We were averaging about 5,000 or 6,000 a year,
which is not unusual.
Some people, and it's kind of backed off a little bit. I don't know why we just haven't been riding as much.
Yeah.
We used to do the Tuesday bike night with our group of friends,
Yeah.
and we just don't do that anymore. My boyfriend, he works nights, and so I don't want to ride.
Do you go to back and forth to work with it or anything?
I do on days that I don't have my grandson.
Yeah.
When I have my grandson, the only time I let him on my bike is when I'm going around town.
Yeah. And riding in traffic's no issue?
No, when I first got my bike, I told the group of friends we were coming out here to the Black Hills. I said, I will never, don't expect me to pass a semi. And they just laughed at me.
Yeah.
And the moment I did it, the first time, I'm like, oh, well, this is so easy. What was I thinking?
Well, the wash. I mean, it could be my wife when we first started riding. She goes, "Please don't pass the semis because the wash coming off of it is a little turbulent, and you can feel it sometimes."
Right, and sometimes the wind can push you into it.
Yeah,
too.
It makes you push you away a little bit. So she was a little apprehensive, or even meeting them. Sometimes you really feel that air pound you. So it can be intimidating for some people.
It is. And everything. But the moment I did it, I'm like, oh, this is nothing.
So you've gained confidence.
Well, I mean, for me, it's always the first thing. I mean, my comfort zone, my anxiety. Like coming out here, my boyfriend wasn't able to come with me originally, and I was starting to have anxiety attacks at night. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Those dreams I've had of wrecking or hitting a big bump on the interstate and me kicking me into the the ditch and just those little fear things of not knowing what to expect when you're by yourself. But he ended up coming out, and we had a lot of fun riding.
And you've been coming to the Sturgis Rally how many times now?
Well, I've come on my bike since 2018.
2018. So some beautiful riding, some of the best riding. It many people argue it is the best riding in the United States of any of the rallies,
because you have the hairpins, you have the curves. It's not just, and you got the trees. It's beautiful.
What's your favorite ride?
I don't know. Today on Nemo Road was nice.
Nemo Road's a little little rough. They could repave it a little bit.
But I think my favorite is the mountain.
Iron Mountain.
I think is one of my
with the pigtails and the switchbacks.
Yeah, the first time I did it, we got down to that restaurant and camping area down at the bottom of the hill. I'm like, I did it!
Yeah,
I was just so excited.
Did you get a shirt? Did you get a shirt that says?
I got one of those bottle koozies that has the list of it, and then the next year I got a sweatshirt, and I got it in orange. And my boyfriend's like, "Why'd you get it in the same color as your bike? It's gonna clash." Like, because my bike is orange, just like my nails, they're orange.
And so any future? I mean, have you traveled across the country any place, or is there any place like I want to go here next? I mean, have you looked into any of these other rides?
Well, we talked about maybe going to Colorado or even
that Miracle Mile or whatever they call it. Have you heard of this one?
Or even Tennessee. I would love to go through Tennessee.
Tail of the Dragon.
Yeah.
I think that's what that one is. Yeah.
But the furthest I've been west is not Wall, because we're past Wall now. Wyoming. What is the
Devil's Tower?
Yes, that's the furthest I've been west.
Yeah.
The furthest east I've been is just on the other side of Minnesota-Wisconsin border.
That's a beautiful area to ride in.
Along the Mississippi.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful. Area is
We
beautiful, right?
got hit in rain one year and it just poured, and
Yeah.
it was fun though.
But you can ride in the rain, no problem.
Yep, no
You got
problem.
rain gear and everything too. You and Ron do that good. And you know what? My wife and I, we have fun. Like we lament now. We're full-time RV, so we'll park the RV and go out all day and explore and come back. But before we had the RV, we would, hey, let's plan a 10-day trip, and we're finding these Airbnbs or little cabins or something, and just ride out to it and spend a few days in the area and then go off to the next place. We miss that. Do you guys ever do any trips like that yet? Or?
Well, we most of the time we go with a group of friends. Like one year we went.
Are you part of a motorcycle club or anything?
Oh no, we just have a group of friends that like to ride.
All right. There's all girl riding groups, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, and I actually started a page on Facebook, and it just didn't go anywhere. It just for the Southwest Minnesota area, and it just didn't do anything. So then I changed it to just Southwest Minnesota.
Well, I think it's part of the reason why I think it's fascinating to talk to women who ride motorcycles, that this independence, this courage to go out on their own on two wheels. It's and
well, this is three, but
yeah, or three wheels. Yeah, to be like the wind in your hair and your face, and you're going. Do you wear a helmet? I can't remember if I said.
I wear a helmet. My late husband was a physician, a family doctor, and I could hear him in the back of my head. You need to wear that. You need to wear that.
Protect that.
Protect your my kids, they made sure that I got one too. I mean, if I'm like in the hills, sometimes I won't wear one just because it's really hot, and I don't like that. The helmet makes me feel even hotter, and I feel uncomfortable. But no, I like it, especially on the interstate. I always have it on.
Have you had any close? I think you and I briefly discussed this. You probably haven't had any real close calls yet.
No, the only one thing I did was I was trying to take my bike in between a house and a truck, and I hit a truck and it tore off my side bag. Yeah, and we just glued it back on.
Yeah, well, that's good. Let's go. Let's pray and hope that stays the same. And we don't have any.
Right.
The worst thing my wife and I have had is a blowout, and we went off in the ditch.
And the thing that fears me the most is being alone and something happening. That's. I mean, if something did happen on the way here, if I was on by myself, that would scare me.
All right. So in the future, you're hoping to get to to east to ride. Have you ever heard of the Blue Ridge Mountain Parkway?
I haven't.
So I'll give you some information after we're off here. But
that's
something my wife and I are going to be doing here.
We have been down to the Osage Beach, where you're from.
Yeah,
that's the furthest south in Missouri that we've gone.
Yeah, the Bike Fest is a big thing there in September at the Osage Beach at the Lake of the Ozarks. And they get a pretty good crowd, and it's growing every year. And there's some good rides around the lake there as well. So, and it's a beautiful place to go, I think, and good people.
And we've always rode. We don't have a trailer.
Yeah, we
have always rode everywhere we've gone.
That's fun. It makes it an adventure for sure. And then let's see, what else did we want to discuss?
Well, since we've been here, we put over 300 miles just in 2 days.
Holy cow! And we got to meet up today. I was hoping we would, and we finally did, and that's awesome. You're coming out next year as well?
Oh, definitely.
All right. So those of you that are watching this right now, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to keep it short. We have a bonfire waiting for us, and our friends are over there. So we thought we'd do a real quick video. And if you see Marty, the Can-Am lady.
Orange.
The orange can. It's beautiful,
it's
like a Texas
color.
Burnt orange or whatever you call it. I think it's a beautiful bike.
Thank you.
Yeah, make sure to wave and give her the 3 wheels down sign. And then we'll see her again down the road, I hope.
Yes,
my wife and I are headed to Minnesota in late September. And I'll have to tell you about it. See if you're familiar where we'll be.
If you pass through Worthington area, let me know.
I don't know. My wife has planned everything, so we'll figure it out, and I will let you know. And then we'll maybe get another ride together again.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you for watching the Warthog channel. Another fascinating guest, Marty Bern, and we'll catch you guys on the next interview if we do one. Thanks.